Here with Antonio Wimbush.
So,
Just talk about that win.
another great win. Another week. Just focuses on being 1-0 every week, and that's all I can say. Kind of put everything together. Still have one drive where we got stopped, and obviously, you want to have a perfect game. That's the goal for us, and we're still rolling. So it's a fun game.
This is the biggest win in team history.
Yes, sir.
What led to that offensive output?
Yeah, just showing up to work every day. No complaints. Just focusing on executing. That was the biggest thing this week. Obviously, last week, we kind of stalled out, stuff like that on the scoring. 13 points and stuff like that. So it was a crappy game. I almost said a bad word, but a crappy game. But just executing this week.
You kind of just referenced it last week, right?
Right.
Bad first half for you guys, but obviously you want to make the most of what you guys learned from, or in terms of learning from it, right? What did you guys learn last week?
You can't take anybody lightly, and the biggest thing really was just adjustment. You got to make the adjustments and just staying together. Not really being frustrated when things aren't going our way, and we just got to keep fighting. And, obviously the second half we showed that we're fighting still, and just kind of carried that on to this week.
About a month ago, I talked to head coach Mike Davis, and it was a road game, so we're on the phone. And we always talk about leaders, right? Leaders in the locker room, leaders in the locker room. And I said, whenever I get around Bo, it seems like that's the guy that leads by example. He goes out there and he's kick return touchdowns, hard hits on kickoff as well.
Yes, sir.
How much has that kind of been your motto this year? I know we talked after the 4-touchdown game, and you kind of just said that you told coach you wanted to be there for him.
No doubt.
How much is that kind of translating to you just being there for the guys?
Honestly, I've been doing it since I've been in the league. You know what I'm saying? And finally, I feel like it's being noticed. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I started at 5 years old. Just playing both sides. I used to play defense too, so that's kind of where it comes from.
This last question for me is JDL obviously goes out there, Jaden goes out there, and again trying to learn from last week, obviously, right? He's always been kind of quick in terms of his decision making, but it seemed like it was a little bit quicker tonight.
No doubt.
What improvements did you see from him this week, obviously, compared to what you saw last week?
He shows up for work every day, no complaints, and even in the backfield, we communicate before the play even starts, and he'll call it out. So that's the crazy part. I wish y'all could hear it because he'll call it out. Oh yeah, I got him right here. Oh, we got two in the box. Okay, man here, this and that. It's just crazy. His knowledge behind the game and just the passion that he has for it, man, it's exciting to see.
Looking to next week, what can you roll in from this big win in the next week's game?
Just taking care of business on our side. The biggest thing that we've been facing is, kind of little things on our end, as far as penalties and obviously not executing, but just making sure we take care of our part.